join me in the old Frog and Toad for a pipe chat. Should be fun. Hey guys, Mike here from the Old Man Things, and welcome to the old Frog and Toad. So tonight I thought I'd talk about my pipe smoking rituals for Slow-Mo Randy, and then I thought I'd tell a couple dad stories. So let me get my pipe ready. If you guys have your pipe, get it. Smoking my 1962 Dunhill. It's a root briar. It's a pot. Is one of my, I think it is my favorite Dunhill. And then I'm smoking Antitum. I think Antitum. Can't say it. Sorry. Tobacco. So let me light my pipe. You guys light yours, if you've got one. Using an old antique brass one in the hand pipe tamper. And I'm drinking a cup of tea. And, oops, I just spilled a bit. This is my first cup of tea after dinner. And my first pipe after dinner is my absolute favorite time of the day to smoke a pipe. And I've brought you guys in the old Frog and Toad Nava to share my most favorite time. And that is the biggest part of my ritual, is it never fails that after I eat dinner, I make myself a cup of tea, and I come out to the old Frog and Toad, or if it's summertime, I'll sit outside and have my first pipe with that first cup of tea, and I usually have between 1 and 2 cups. I usually have my cutoff time at 7 o'clock for drinking tea at night. So I pour my tea, I brew it. I always put the tea, if I'm not making a pot of tea, I usually have a big cup. Put the tea bag in, and I drink Yorkshire Gold. Put the tea bag in, pour the boiling water over that, let it brew for a bit, and then I add a drop of milk, and I always leave the tea bag in. And then I come out here and I pick a pipe, and I'll show you. These are my pipes. There's more over there, and then I have my one in the little set over there. So that's kind of how I decide what I want to grab. And then I pick a tamper, and I'll show you. Here's all my tampers. It's a bit of a mess, but that's what I always decide. All right, now what am I in the mood for? Now when I'm done with my cup of tea and I don't feel like having a beer, I want to have a whiskey. And my whiskey collection involves bourbons, Irish whiskey, and of course Scotch. So I'll take you down to my tobacco cellar and I'll show you my whiskey shelf. Here's my whiskeys. So I would go in here and I would decide, all right, now what am I in the mood for? Now I don't have a scratch on the surface compared to a lot of people, but so I look and see what I'm in the mood for, and I go from there. And now I've got 3 whiskey nosing glasses to pick from. So I never know what pipe I'm gonna grab until I go there and I look at them and think, all right, I'll grab this one. That's kind of my ritual. And then I just smoke a pipe throughout the night. So I do like to have something to be drinking on while I smoke a pipe, whether it's a cup of tea, whether it's a glass of water, whether it's I like to drink the zero sodas. I know. So I was thinking about some stories of my dad the other day. He'd come home from the bar and he'd be so drunk, I don't know how he managed to drive, but it was a different world back then. And he'd be sitting out there forever. And I usually always go get him after I figure, all right, he's been out there long enough. So I go out there, and sometimes I'd go out there and he'd be smoking a cigarette, and I'd say, "What are you doing, Danny?" He's, I'm just enjoying myself, Michael. Okay. Or something like that. But one time he was out there, and he was out there for the longest time, and finally I thought, what is he doing? Did he get lost? So I walk outside, and I can see him in the car by his, because it's dark out, but you can see the light of his cigarette. So finally I go out, get to the car, and I knock on the window, and I says, "What the heck are you doing out there, Dad?" And he said, "Oh, I can't find the damn handle." Just open up the door. Oh, I'm sorry. It's terrible. I know. My dad was spiritualist. And back in his day, he could, he was very good at what he did, is all I can say. But after he retired, and all he did was drink, and he was a chain smoker and started having his strokes, he went downhill and everything else. But so one time I came home just for like an hour or so to see him while I was going to college. I didn't get along with my stepmother. I couldn't stand to look at her because she was so horrible. So I could probably count on one hand how many times I actually went to visit him while I was in college. Because she made it very clear she didn't want me there. But anyhow, that's a different story or subject. But so I go there one day when I know she's not there, and I open up the door, and he's got his camera out. Of course, he's as drunk as a skunk, and he's taking pictures of the curtains. And I said, Dad, what are you doing? He says, shh. He's taking pictures. And he's zooming and everything. And I said, what are you doing, Dad? He went, shh. I said, Dad. He went, you're going to scare him away. And I said, what are you going to scare away? And he said, there's faces all over the curtains, okay? And he's taking pictures. So he told me to leave. So the faces didn't go away. I said, I haven't seen you for like a month. Just come back again later. And I said, all right, see you later. About 2 months later, I come back. And on top of the TV stand is this pile like this thick of photos, all in, all like neat in the stack. My dad was drunk with his head down, the cigarette in his hand, his beer in the other, and nothing changed. So I was talking to him, and I walked over and I picked up this pile of pictures. Again, like it was like that thick. And I started going through picture after picture. The whole stack, 2 inches thick, were of the curtains with no faces. Oh. I said, what happened to all the faces, Daddy? He said, you scared them all away, Michael. Damn it all. I love it. And at that I shall say, toodle pip.